Okay, so for lesson 2, first we're going to start off with just create our size, create new. We're going to go 3000, 2000, it's pretty good. Resolution 72, it's fine, we're in pixels. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to drag in a picture. This is a picture from Las Vegas, me and my dad. Now we're just going to go through and edit this stuff out with the magic wand tool. The quick selection tool, sorry. So I'm just going to go slow with this, that way I'm 100% sure what I want to do. So I'm just going to use the eraser tool now, and I'm going to erase the parts that I know that I'm not going to need in there. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, holding down Alt. Now I don't want to, sometimes it will cut off the parts like of the shirt like this, so what you want to do is you want to hold down Alt, and this is the minus sign, so it'll just turn it down like that. So that way you don't want to select those little things right there. And just hold down Alt just a little bit, drag it along the areas you don't want it to be, and it automatically adjusts to it. Okay, that's good. So we'll do the same thing we just did, eraser tool. And there's parts up here we can get later. It's not a big deal right now. Scroll in. So now we're in the face area, so I'm going to go small with this. Erase this down a little bit more, make sure we get all of it in there. That's good. Do the same thing we just did. Keep going through. It's a little tedious, but it's a good way of getting the background out of here, especially when there's a lot of stuff going on. Now for stuff like hair, like my hair is very messy, so it's gonna get cut out, unfortunately. Like there's too many like bumps in it and all that for it not to get cut out. So that's just how it's gonna be. And now we're just use the eraser tool and go through and get the rest of this stuff around here. Make it a little bigger. And we can turn on the hardness also if we want to like smooth it out like this. That way it's not looking as a little more hardness. That way it doesn't look like a shadow. There we go. Get the hardness back up. Get the bigger. Oh, whoops! Not that. Not like that. You don't want to do that. Okay, and then we just go through and erase the rest of this right here. Okay. We'll go through and zoom in here. Get this part right here. Just a little smaller. Fix that detail right there. There's a little stuff hanging around. Get this over here. Sometimes it goes really big for some reason. Then we're going to go scroll down here. These areas are pretty good because there's not too much like going on, so they're very easy to get rid of. Just like that. Head over here. Okay, so that actually grabbed a lot of him. That was actually pretty crazy. So we're just gonna get rid of, make sure hold down Alt, and this will make sure we get rid of the areas that we don't want. So we want to make sure we keep his collar like that. So this is a very, very small piece, but I'm just gonna go a little small in here. Get rid of that real quick. Got another small piece here. Hold down Alt. So I don't want to get rid of the watch, so I'm just going to be very careful with this. Okay, that's good enough. Get rid of this line. Okay, and then we just use the eraser tool again. And looks good. Okay, awesome. That was a little long, but it's all right. Not the end of the road. Next, we're going to add our sky in here. And just make our sky the size we want to be. Just add it. Just keep dragging it out because we got a little different size canvas. Next, we're going to create a new layer. And we're going to add a dragon into this layer. Now let's make him a little bigger. Let's just add him like that. There we go, it's perfect. Okay, now we're just gonna do the same thing we did with the other images. And this is not going to be perfect, but we can definitely get a good gist for it. Same thing here, just hold down Alt. Okay, looks good, looks good. Okay, I'm gonna do what I just did last time, make this stupid big, boom. Okay. Now it's doing the same thing. Now there's a lot of detail here. That's why it's wanting to get rid of a lot of it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna Alt through that and Alt through some of this, some of the flames. Some of it's gonna have to stay because there's so much like small detail with it. That's kind of hard to not keep it because there's a lot of like small like embers and flames and all that. So you gotta try to keep some of it. But this right here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this hardness go down a little bit. Make the size a little bigger. Hardness down a lot more. Turn the flow down a little bit, and then the opacity. And just keep going over it a little bit so it smooths it out. Just like that. Okay, now we're gonna turn everything back up. Get rid of the stuff around here. Okay, awesome. So now we got that going. Let's actually make this a lot smaller so we can get rid of this stuff around here. Actually, I don't even need to use that. I can just use this. Hold down Shift to make a straight line. Okay, there we go. Now we can make them a lot bigger. Put them like that. Okay, next we're going to add a hue saturation to the dragon. So you just go down here to the bottom right, click Add Hue Saturation. And if you want to link it to the dragon, you hold down Alt, click onto the dragon, and then you can change the color of it. So let's just do a purple. Purple's cool. I like purple. Okay, great. Okay, now we're going to add our image to the very, very top. And then what we're going to have to do here is let's just make this a little smaller. Let's just put that right there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add it below the dragon. Just like that. And then we're going to add some text. Riding a dragon with pops. Alrighty, and we can just add some. We can add some text. So we can go to bevel. We go to drop shadow, stroke. I mean, strokes are not gonna do much, you know, but stroke can make it look kind of decent. You don't want to have too much though. I mean, 3 to 4 is a good range. Bevel and emboss though, it's very, very good for getting the smooth effect at the very bottom of the text. Soften it up a little bit. Add some depth. Just a little bit though. You don't want to have it overpowering and all that. And drop shadow is really, really good for making things look really, really, you know, bold and nice. So let's just decrease that a little bit. Decrease the spread and distance it a little bit right about there. Perfect. Okay. And that should be about good. Other than that, we got all the parts working. We got the dragon change the color. We got ourselves behind the dragon, and we add some cool text showing what we did. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I'm just going to export this to a JPEG, and I'll see you next time.